Welcome back to Photography, friends. My name is Chris. That is the Tim L. Dune, a Canadian bulk carrier run hard aground in the St. Lawrence River on Chrysler Shoal, just outside Chrysler Marina. He didn't beam that Raycon boy. 27,000 tons of Canadian wheat sitting in that boat there. The water level is low. They got 3 tugs all the way in from Montreal. We'll see what happens, but I'll bet you he's reflecting on his bad memory. I'm not sure how successful it'll be. The ship and the shoal are just across the border in the US. So obviously I can't fly directly over the ship, but I can approach. I think I've found my vantage point. Oh yes, right down to the river. So here we are.
Memories are like photographs. Photographs are like memories. Let me explain. All photographs contain some authentic detail or details, but they also contain other elements that are distorted, embellished inferences and interpretations. They are neither true nor entirely false. We all know we alter photographs in ways similar to what a painter does by manipulating saturation, color language, contrast, detail, focus, depth of field, sharpness, halation, focus stacking, long exposure, or in post with software editing sorcery. Photographs are altered in storage, negatives as well. Exposure to direct sunlight, moisture, humidity, pests, attribution, recognition, or the lack thereof. These all alter photographs and memories in the same way. I careened into a shoebox of old photographs and negatives this week. Of course, I had to pick them up.
And I couldn't resist the gravitational pull.
I had to look. That was a rabbit hole days in the digging. I DIY'd a macro rig, a ghastly monstrosity, and I reproduced some usable images. They'll be coming up later in a slideshow. While undertaking this blast from the past, I found photos I had entirely forgotten. Unfortunately, many of those negatives are missing. I get a lot of artistic inspiration from reading. I was reading this week in some neurology and psychology magazines that the consensus is, in fact, that memory is just like painting.
Now, I'm not certain, but I do believe a pilot has to be on board these ships to navigate up past the Iroquois locks. Could be wrong, not uncommon. Our memories are more like a painting, or perhaps a painter that's never satisfied. That sort of confirms my thoughts.
Well, here's the slideshow. They are, of course, soft, but that is not a result of the photography. It is my janky macro rig. The work I did this week was primarily focused on contre-jour. I don't know if that was a byproduct of looking at these old photos or reflecting on memory or just the light in the late season, early winter. At any rate, it was great. It was fun. as it always is, discovering the intersection of perception and expression, walking into the golden light, crossing the bridge, interpreting the signals. Reflecting, of course. Contemplating contrast. Process. And risk.